Welcome back to Founders in the Field, the show where we go behind the scenes with agency leaders, consultants, and creative founders to show you how they're building, scaling, and staying sane in the trenches. I'm your host, Stefan Bradley, and today's guest is Erez Elias, founder and CEO of All the Way Up Media. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I know it's an early start for you. Let's dive straight in. For people who don't know your story, take us right back to the start of your journey and what made you start your own business, and give us an overview of what your role looks like today inside All the Way Up Media.
First of all, again, thanks for having me. I started the company All the Way Up Media about almost 10 years ago. The company started as a web development company. I'll go a little bit before that. I was working for a big corporation as a web developer and a few other positions. I've always wanted to do something of my own. And that's really what pushed me to really one day just leave my job and start it. The beginning was very tough in terms of I was very good in development, but it has a lot of aspects of, managing the business and doing a lot of things around the business. First and second years were very tough. I had still, I was able to keep my head above the water and survive. And as time went along, started to get nicer jobs. I got to a point where I think after about 2 years, I had my first employee, and we worked together for about a couple of years. The first year of the business, I realized that I had to grow the business into different avenues, because web development is something that is great as a project, but it's something that you always have something, you need to have something on a go, because by the time you get down payment and by the time the project is done, there's a big gap where you don't get paid. So I had to sort of like renew or bring something new. And about 10 years ago, SEO, paid ads were really big. I spent a lot of time learning everything on my own. And basically, that's where we are now. Today, I have three employees. We're in Canada. Employees are all across Canada. And it's important to me that they're all located in Canada, specifically the marketing people. And we work with medium-sized businesses, specifically in the home improvement. We also have lawyers, dentists, accountants, and the business, big change since we started.
No, definitely. And like, it's a good lesson for a lot of business owners as well, that sometimes you have to navigate through things and listen to the market, and then, change slight direction, not a whole direction, but just go into slightly different avenues to make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck out of your business. Where you said like you were more web development, and then you sort of lent into the avenue of paid ads and SEO and things like that. And now I'm guessing that's snowballed your business by going into them avenues.
Yeah. Today, the two main aspects of the business are web development and SEO. And those are really the areas where I want to grow more. I mean, we're very good at other things such as paid ads. We touch a little bit of social media, newsletters, design, but really those are the two forces of the business that push the business forward. And again, we're very good at them. I can tell you, look, like you mentioned, you have to change yourself and adapt yourself and listen to the market and see how it's doing. A lot of businesses fail because they have an idea and they want to go with it. They love it so much, and they fail because they don't listen to the market and to the clients. And they think that their product or service is the best, and this is what they want to do. When we started with web development, then SEO, one of our markets was lawyers. That was one of the first big clients that we got. Was one of the biggest offices in Vaughan, and it was really nice, bringing us nice amount of money. But lawyers are, sometimes it could be tough to work with, and you really need to navigate yourself really well. Working with them, it's really hard to land a law firm. So again, I mean, we changed to different avenues. We started to get more and more. We weren't intended to go into the home improvement services, but that's what we started to get, and I saw a big opportunity and a need for it, and that's where we're focusing today.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like when the market speaks back to you, it's all good about listening to the market, but when it speaks back to you by
Exactly.
like what you said, then you was in, lawyers, attorneys, and then if you're American or Canadian or
Yes,
English, but yeah, then law
I learned
firms,
that
things
too.
like
Yeah.
that. Law firms that just let you, they're harder to get. They're big, good clients, of course, big clients. But so when you start getting an influx of one niche, should we say? Do you know what I mean? Where you go down market and then you go with it and you really niche down that way. But also, I feel like you know all these companies that niches or that you just said are all service providers, roughly. Do you know what I mean? So they're the service business, just
Hmm.
service businesses, and I feel like especially with SEO, like they there's such value in that for them because it's when somebody needs a service more time than not, that's when they're looking on Google or looking for somebody like that. So that's, yeah, having a really good SEO part of their business. So then the phone's calling, I'm sure that they love you, right?
Hmm. Yeah, 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 exactly. Look, I mean, it's all about the service you provide. People putting all their trust in you, and they see you as the expert. And there are some areas we don't touch. Like in development, for instance, we do e-commerce, but we really try not to work in e-commerce for marketing. It's not something we've done so much. It's very different than service-based companies. The strategies, the whole work is very different. And we've had some opportunities, but again, it's just like a very different avenue. And I've never wanted to go towards that direction. Look, if there will be, if we'll get some great leads, and we'll have all the tools to work with it, it's something that I will consider for sure. But it's not really the nature of the job of our business. We mainly work with service based companies, and also employees that I hire. They have to be strong in service based. Yesterday, for instance, I had an interview with someone who's she was very good, but she was had only experience in e-commerce, and it's not something that we do, and I declined it. So I turned it down.
Yeah, no, having your employees aligned with where the company's vision is and where the company serves its clients the most is obviously
Hmm.
very, 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 very important. And also picking, because some people will just take offers from clients. Like for example, when you said, we have offers from e-commerce, but if it's not something that you're looking to do, but a lot of companies, they will take all the work and then afterwards realize that actually I probably shouldn't have taken that work because my expertise are not exactly in there. It's not exactly what we do. And I feel like that's a lesson that definitely. So what does your role look like today inside All the Way Up Media?
So when I started the business, of course, I'll go a little bit back. Of course, I was full in. I was doing all the work. It was just me doing everything, including accounting, looking for clients, doing the actual work, the production. As time went on, I try to fade away a little bit from the business, and up to about a year ago, I was. I was in a position where I try to touch as little as possible. But I think we got to a position where, I had a few more employees, and I got to a position where I felt like it was growing nicely, but maybe too fast, where I saw the quality going down. And, I can't compromise on quality. I know when I work, I provide the best quality and I give everything that I've got in me. But, when you have employees, depends how they start the day. And some of them are really good. Some, come to give the work, and you have to keep talking, and getting them motivated, and that's really one of the main things that I have in the companies today. I let somebody go a few months ago, and I'm in a position where I'm more into work. I know it's not the most optimal for business owners. I have to keep the quality up to where I want it to be. It has to stay up, and so I'm more into work. A lot of the work is also given the directions and how to do, and but also of course all the accounting and the other stuff still is something that I have people that help me. We have an accountant, and we have other things that help us with the other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm still doing the work myself, a lot of the work. But again, I've got great people that I shared my time with during work, and and will produce great results in the future. Look, I'm looking to go back to where I was, but I can't compromise on the quality. That's really my point.
Yeah, no, fixing that part of the business, like, so even when you can step away, the quality stays high would be imperative. Otherwise, you're just going, do you know what I mean? Like, not just training the staff, but giving them the mindset of the same mindset as what you have, that quality, it has to be here. It doesn't work if it's down here. I can't leave and do what I want to do and expand as a business owner unless you're producing the results there. So I feel like definitely that is the right thing to do, is to make sure, not to sound corny or anything, but the house is in order exactly how you want it to be. They're working to the exact standards that you want it to be before stepping back and expanding. It would definitely need to be done before doing
Yeah,
it again.
but having employees, naturally, the quality of the work a lot of the time goes down.
Mhm.
And your role as a director or as a CEO is to keep it up and give the direction. And when things don't go to the directions you want, your job is to bring it back to track and keep it going. So clients will be happy and Google will be happy, or whoever needs to keep everybody
Yeah,
happy, and still get paid, because if it's not up to the quality you need, clients will leave and it doesn't look good on your reputation. So that's
right.
important to me.
Oh, definitely, definitely. So what are the biggest trends that you're seeing inside the market as of today?
Look, I mean, the biggest thing that everyone is talking about is of course AI, and that's really something that I put a lot of focus on. I've integrated a little bit of that, and in the near future, speaking in the next month or so, there are some things that I'm looking into implementing. I don't have quite all the details and probably the experience, but it's something of course, uh, I want to look into. Today, we work a lot with generative AI, probably for the
Mhm.
past year and a half or so, a lot. So we used to have a writer up to about 2 years ago, was doing great work. But with the all the tools that come up, I mean, I get content back so much quicker and sometimes better, with a lot of new ideas. So that saves us the time. Accuracy, of course, is important, and so those are the things. Where I'm going my directions in the next month or so will be looking into things to get things automated into the business. I don't know if I'm, compared to other companies, if I'm behind or ahead of time. I mean, you're in the AI business, you might be able to tell. But what I'm looking to do is things like, automate email, automate reviews, for instance, that are, let's say, 4 or 5 stars, to put an automated response. Just some of the tasks that can be automated. Like I mentioned, we had someone was working with us up to a few months ago, and she was getting a good salary. The tasks that she had were quite simple, and that's something that easily AI can we can integrate AI with, with these things, and that's what I'm looking that's my direction.
Yeah, no, definitely. Everything that you just mentioned there around the task that you're wanting automating can definitely be done today. In this, with the technology that's out there today, else, the reviews and just automating tasks so they push through the system without needing. Obviously, everything needs checking, and
Right.
you'll need to in testing and things like that, of course, like things like that. But everything like that is pretty simple automations that you can put in to make your life so much easier. I say it's like you can have all these, not AI tools, but all your tools that you need to run the business. But if you use AI to stitch them together so they work as a cohesive machine or a nervous system, then it will save you so much time and money because, like you said, you had someone staff doing certain things. Like you also mentioned that you had somebody who was writing things for you, and now you can get content back so quicker. You can use tools where the way you train an employee, you can train the AI, like a specific part of the AI, to give you the exact content that you want with these specific rules, just like you would a human, and you will get far better content also, and far, for what you need to do. I mean, your standards are this, and this is what it will adhere to. Of course, it definitely needs checking before you post the blog post, whatever that you're trying to do. But there's ways that you can augment AI to work as it was an employee for you. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to a general AI. So there's definitely lots and lots of things that you could explore that could enable your business to move in that direction, definitely, and with little resistance. Obviously things, like I say, everything needs checking, of course, but after a while, the AI will learn, and 9 times out of 10, it should, if it's been set up properly with the correct workflows, with the correct brain behind the agent, the thinking behind the AI that's producing the content or whatever it may be, the 5-star reviews. After a while, it should learn. Not even after a while, after testing, it should learn and should be this day and age. That's not the automations you're describing are nowhere near like crazy, like front of the edge, on the edge stuff. Because when things first come out, of course, they're a little bit more temperamental, shall we say? Do you know what I mean? But the things you're describing there, I feel like you'll be able to get them set up and implemented in your business in no time.
Yeah, we're just in the past week we started making a list of things that we can automate, and that's a priority.
Mhm.
The end of this month.
So what was working well in all the way up, and where do you still feel slight friction?
What works well? We have so we work a lot with ClickUp, and it took us some time to get to work with a CRM that everyone likes and loves and is okay with. We've gone through some cycles of some different that we've got used to get a lot of complaints. So we finally found that is it the best? I'm not sure. It gives us everything we need. So over the time, we developed some templates of workflow, and it works really well. In web development, for instance, the whole process of onboarding again can be improved and automated. That's a different thing. But in terms of how how it works in a mechanical way, it's basically we've got we have the template that tell that once I deploy it in a system for a specific project, everyone knows exactly what they need to do. From web development and SEO, we've got, so it's really happy about, we spend a lot of time on this, and we got it to a position where it's where once we do the onboarding, again, we add the task for everyone. I mean, the task already in a template. We basically just put the dates and all that, where so everyone knows exactly when they need to do it and what's how the schedule is going to look like. So I'm really happy about that. So SEO, web development, and again, those are the main services of the company anyway. So it's so we put a lot of time into this. Another thing is reporting. It's a big part of course of SEO, paid ads. We went through a lot of different things. We work with SEMrush, and sometimes things work, sometimes didn't. So we put, I don't know, probably about a couple of months into building reports, and we finally came up with the nice, with all the nice features that really everything the client wants or needs to see. We work with the Google Data Studio, quite easy, simple to work with, and that's what we do today. So we're pretty good with that as well. We've done some really, really nice work with actually with quite big companies with Data Studio. We got related to analytics, so we have quite a lot of experience with that. Things that need improvement or were we lacking maybe. So we used to, up to about a couple of years ago, we used to do social media management, and it was something that we had someone who was managing it, and it was a service that we had, and it wasn't really producing results to any of the companies. It was keeping the account active, but not something that was really producing results. And again, I listened to clients, I listened to employees, and to the results we were getting. And eventually I decided to deprecate the business, to basically eliminate the business from the service from the business. This is something that we're coming back to, specifically with us offering SEO services. Is something, with the AI era. It's something that, you have to be, it has to be, you kind of have to be everywhere. So not only on your website, you also have to be on Yelp and Yellow Pages. I always tell clients, it's not something that's most likely you're not going to get a call from 411 or from Yellow Pages or those directories, but it's something that we have to be on. But same with social media. Although, with home improvement companies, those are important channels as well. But I really try to stay away from it. We're kind of being friends again now, so we're
Mhm.
getting we're getting back to it. We're starting to offer services, but in a much more strategic way, where we don't just put posting and with a nice design. basically building the content strategically with something that, will be more engaging, will bring more results.
Yeah, with social media, engagement is so key. My fiance runs a social media agency, social media management agency, and she's always telling me it's the engagement on everything. Some people
Yeah.
call it, but it's all about engaging them and taking them on a story through it. So to keep the potential clients engaged, or even clients that they might have returning customers engaged with their page. Also, like if you're doing SEO, and obviously you need to have their website and social media sort of aligned. Otherwise, if there's a mismatch, there's, can put doubt in a buyer's mind.
Yes, 100%. Everything has to be aligned and work well.
So could you walk me through your client acquisition process? So how do you go from reaching out to leads to then getting them to sign on?
How are we getting our clients? Up to about a year ago, it was all pretty much all organic. We do SEO. I think locally we're very strong. It was all pretty much through our local community. So the idea how we got into home improvement was there some key people that added us to WhatsApp group of, sorry, let's say of plumbers in North America. So all of a sudden we started to get calls from plumbers and locksmiths
Mm,
and garage doors and really all across Canada and the US. And those are big services that big clients that we work with. So that's how really, that's how it was up to about a year ago. Again, like today, it's not that it's changed a lot, but um, we do, of course, we do outreach. Just recently, we launched a new website, and it made a huge difference. Huge difference. It's been about 2 months since we launched it, and I've landed at least 6 new clients. I closed 6 deals. They came organically, but what the nice thing is, they're not from my area, or we're in a Toronto area.
mm,
I've got some clients in Vancouver and in LA, and some of them mentioned that they found us in ChatGPT, or so that was. I was really glad to hear that. We
mm,
put some effort into it. We wrote some really long articles that would talk to LLM and would be able to put us up there, and it gets us good results. Still, this is again something that would be nice to automate, and something we're looking to the future. But as of now, again, that's more or less where we are. We're quite busy. We're very very busy.
mm.
We're looking
Good.
into expanding again, but like my point at the beginning is expand slowly rather than quickly, and bring more employees and more clients. I could do that, but I have to do it in a safe way where it's, things are working in order and everyone knows what they're doing and the quality stays
Mm.
up.
Are you having a predictable flow of leads from month to month doing it this way?
Sorry, the
Doing it the way that you're doing it, are you getting a predictable amount of leads every sort of month?
it's hard to predict. I mean, for me, I know that things are very seasonal.
Mm,
The summer is very quiet. January, usually I know that it's, things, companies get the budget, and they starting to, looking for actually starting already, December. So companies I've got a few companies that are looking into new projects, starting in, because they got no budget for the next year. So it's seasonal. I know when things are up, when things are down, when to take my visit. So it's, I know more or less when the busy times are, how things are, like if I can predict the amount of, I can roughly maybe 70, 80%. I can tell you
mm.
how the forecast of the new leads would be, just based on how we're doing and how we're, the seasons, I guess.
Moving on to my last two questions. Where do you want to be in the next 12 to 18 months in terms of business?
This is, look, I mean, so we talked about AI. This is something huge that I'm putting a lot of focus on. I would have liked to have things automated. I'd say about 40%, 30 to 40% of the business, whatever can be automated,
Mm,
because some things have to have the human touch. At least for now, I'm sure in the future things will change even more to that direction. So in the next probably 6 months, I would want to have things automated already and running, and have maybe someone that just overlooks, instead of having two or three people that are doing something very simple and basic to have everything automated and just someone overlooks to make sure that everything is running properly. So this is a huge focus. This is a main thing. I'm looking, one of the main focus in terms of clients is we're looking to work with big organizations, with, government. And we also opened recently another, it's a virtual location in Cape Coral, and we're looking to, we've got some calls from that area, in Florida area. And we're looking to expand the US market as well, because at the end of the day, the work that we're doing here, it's the same whether it's in Canada, US, and that's also something that we're looking to expand on.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like you say, it's the same work no matter where it is, whether it's in the US or Canada. It's
Right.
like, so my last question is, if you could wave a magic wand and fix one thing, one bottleneck in your business, or one thing in business, what would it be and why?
Something I could change. Clients is not something it's not something that is easy to get. But if you work hard enough and you have good reputation, you will land pretty good clients, and you will get what you need. But what really determines the quality of the work that you do is, of course, it's you, but it's the employees that are working. Again, our employees are great, and I really like to work with them. Up to a few years ago, I wanted to have an office, but then COVID hit, and it's been a few years already. And then I changed my mind. I said, I'm good the way we are. So now everyone works from home. I used to work before with companies, offshore, but very quickly I decided that it all stays in Canada. We're missing the company culture, so it's something that, because everyone works from home, we don't see each other for lunch and talk about things that are not related to the business. We do, but it's not as natural as it could be when you see somebody. Most of my clients I've never seen, beside the way we're meeting right now. Same with the employees I work with. I've never actually met them in person. I mean, one of them I have. That's the nature of the business, and I accept it. We're missing the company culture, and it's something that I wish I had a way to make us sort of like more united in a family, and something that something is missing, right? Because everyone works from home. I think it's very common for companies that work from home.
No, I like that answer. It's a good answer to a hypothetical question. If you could fix it, then with a magic wand, that was what it would be. Yeah, like you say, it's the nature of the beast, living working remotely, but definitely that's a good answer to the magic wand question. I have a different answer every time to it, so it's always interesting to see what people think. But thank you so much for coming on and sharing your insights. Where can people reach out to you? Where can they find All the Way Up Media if they want in SEO services, things like that?
Go to allthewebmedia.com, email me, erez@allthewebmedia.com. LinkedIn, I've got about 15,000 followers, and I get bombarded with messages. You can find me on LinkedIn. Or give us a call.
Perfect. Well, everybody, if you wanted SEO, Erez is the man. All the Way Up Media. Definitely reach out to him. Send, like, comment, subscribe to this channel if you like this episode. Send it to a friend, especially if they want an SEO services. Erez, thank you so much for coming on, and good luck with All the Way Up Media.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.